Peeps, welcome to this, the third installment of Jamaica to Rawtid, where I recap some of the biggest news items out of Jamaica from the week that was. These stories next, after the jump.
Teach them! Always make sure the message reach them!
So peeps, only in Jamaica we see a situation where the country's most wanted man would do a video and upload it on social media stating the plans that he has for the country's security forces and the government. We saw where Delano Wilmot, OC Preke Boy, would have done a video which appeared on social media which detailed the plans that he has in store for the security forces, in his words, when he come back to Jamaica from Haiti. So we'll watch to see how this one develop, and we'll see what exactly does Mr. Delano Wilmot, OC Preke Boy, really has in store if and when he touches Jamaican shore. That is, assuming that he's not in Jamaica anyway. The country has been dealing with the death of two politicians, one former councillor from the People's National Party and a sitting MP for Eastern Portland, Dr. Lynvale Bloomfield. We're also seeing where a former Jamaica Labour Party councillor would have been arrested a week or so ago after his vehicle was stopped and searched at a police checkpoint in Inzud, St. Catherine, when two weapons were found inside the vehicle. One was a licensed firearm and the other he was unable to give an account for. He is 40-year-old Barrington Bailey and has been charged with illegal possession of a firearm and ammunition. He had represented the Ensom Division in the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation and is scheduled to appear in front of the St. Catherine Parish Court on Tuesday, February 19th. Still on the subject of politics and politicians, we're seeing where a suspect in relation to the murder of sitting Member of Parliament for Eastern Portland, Dr. Lynvale Bloomfield, was apprehended by the police in the Buff Bay area of the parish on Wednesday, February 13th. Shortly before 2 p.m., the suspect is believed to be 21 years old. One of Mr. Bloomfield's cell phone that went missing would have been recovered by the police. No information has been given as to how the police would have managed to recover the cell phone. However, the police have been analyzing and reviewing messages between the 21-year-old suspect and the Member of Parliament. Different sources are suggesting that the nature of the messages are in some instances very explicit, and the police are paying particular attention to a set of messages in which the suspect reportedly demanded that the Member of Parliament rented a motor car for him, bought him a cell phone, and he also demanded 40,000 Jamaican dollars. The suspect is still being questioned by the police. No formal charges have yet been laid against him, and the funeral service for the late Member of Parliament will be held in Port Antonio on Saturday, February the 23rd. So we are still dealing with the Petra scam at Petra Jam and former Human Resource Manager Yolan Ramharak. So news broke recently that she would have received a severance package totaling $9.2 million. However, subsequent information has revealed that the payout was $13+ million. Information also suggests that Ramharak faced up to 19 disciplinary breaches while she was in the employ of Petra Jam and would have sat in front of a disciplinary hearing. However, the government is saying that the $13+ million is the best option, as if the matter had gone to the Industrial Dispute Tribunal, they may have been asked to pay $35.5 million. So peeps, when I was growing up, children and women, especially elderly women, were off limits from criminals. Now we are seeing a situation where the go-to for Jamaican criminals are children and females. Now we are seeing in Clarkstown, Trewlayn, where a 59-year-old farmer, Miss Valerie Thompson, affectionately called Miss P, was found naked, and some reports are suggesting that her head was even decapitated. Reports are that on the day in question, Miss Thompson left home at about 8 a.m. to attend to her farm. However, at 6 p.m. she had not returned home, and an alarm was raised by family members and residents of the community who went in search of her. And Miss Thompson's body was found with multiple chop wounds to the head. The police had also reported that she was sexually assaulted. Two suspects have since been detained by the police as investigations continue. They are also believed to be from the Clarkstown community. Another day in Jamaica. and another video showing a police officer involved in a physical confrontation with a transport operator. This latest incident is believed to have taken place in the Crossroads area of Kingston. Video clips which emerged online shows the police officer and an alleged taxi driver in a tussle, with the police officer standing over the man who is lying on the ground on his back. During the altercation, members of the public started to gather, and in the video it could be seen clear where a number of females began touching the officer in an attempt to have him release the taxi driver. I do not know what would have led to the incident. However, I cannot understand why Jamaican citizens are making it so difficult for police officers to go about doing their jobs. And speaking about citizens preventing police officers from doing their jobs, let's turn our minds back to the incident that would have occurred in Spalding, Clarendon, where a bus driver who is believed to have been in the employ of the Knox and Spalding High School would have had a physical confrontation with a police officer and he was shot and injured. He has been identified as 45-year-old Jermaine Reed, and Mr. Reed has made a name for himself as it relates to breaking the law. Information released by head of the Manchester Police, Superintendent Wayne Cameron, stated that Reed was deported from the Turks and Caicos Islands in 2010. Reed would have arrived in the Turks and Caicos Islands in 2006 on a work permit, and that year he would have been arrested and charged on suspicion for murdering a police officer. However, he was eventually released. In the same year of 2006, Mr. Reed was among 4 men who would have conducted an armed robbery at the Amaniara Hotel in the Turks and Caicos. Reports are that they would have beaten a security guard and forced their way into the room of a male guest, where they proceeded to rob him and terrorize him. After which, they would have gone to other rooms and offices on the premises to do the same. He was arrested and charged along with the others for illegal possession of a firearm and ammunition, conspiracy to rob, 2 counts of robbery, wounding with intent, and indecent assault. Yes peeps, indecent assault, meaning sexual assault without rape. He was sentenced to life imprisonment. However, the convicts would have appealed the convictions and were freed subsequently, after which Reed was deported back to Jamaica. In relation to the Spalding incident, he has been arrested and charged with grievous bodily harm, 2 counts of assault at common law, and resisting arrest. More information also surfaced after a background check was done on Reed that he had 3 outstanding warrants at the K Valley Police Station in St. Ann. Those warrants have since been executed and he would have appeared in the St. Ann Parish Court recently. He is to appear in front of the Manchester Parish Court to answer the charges in relation to the Spalding incident in March of this year. I have often said that one of the most cruel irony in life is somebody dying on their way to, after, or preparing for a funeral. Now we are seeing where argument between a couple in St. James over a funeral led to a murder-suicide, where a businessman, 47-year-old Junior Wint, shot and killed his 22-year-old girlfriend before turning the gun on himself. So reports are that the couple had an argument in the Flamstead Gardens area of St. James, a community in which reports are that they recently moved. Eyewitnesses said that the argument surrounded a funeral which the girlfriend allegedly wanted to attend. It is believed that the businessman was against her attending the funeral. Reports are that the female left the house and was chased by the businessman, who pulled his gun and shot her 1 time in the head before placing the gun into his mouth and taking his own life.
Teach them! Hey, yo, hello! Send the message and make it reach them. It's teach them. Right here, Warlord representing.
Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment below. Remember to like and share the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more awesome content. Follow me on social media and check out the suggested videos on screen. This is Teach saying, until next time, walk good, my friends.